Shaking off the rust. All right, let's do this. How the heck are you guys? Oh, man. Welcome back. Thank you for joining me, as usual. Oh, man. Good to be here. So, in terms of games, you will see that Zana here has this big flashy orange exclamation point above herself, because I can go fight Sirus. That is traditionally a fight that has gone very badly for me in the past. So, my plan is to hit level 92, and then go see how this works out for me. So I'm just going to run a few maps to gain my experience, and then move along. Because I don't want to lose all my experience, and that is probably the most likely outcome of this boss fight. Let's just be honest. Rush the field at the Baylor game. Nice. That's pretty cool. I never actually did that in college, unfortunately. I was supposed to go to the game where... So UNC was historically just absolutely terrible at football. I think they've been, you know, at least like passable since I was there, but... They had one year where they went to a bowl game and they had to beat Miami, who was really good at the time, to get there. And they did. And everybody got super excited that they were going to some, like, you know, trash no-name bowl and rush the field then. And I was supposed to go to that game, and I cannot remember why I didn't, but I was very disappointed with missing that. I did, however, get to participate in rushing Franklin Street, which is like the main street in Chapel Hill, when we won the 05 championship. That was pretty sweet. there were a couple 100,000 people there, and I have I remember where I was, and I have this like wide angle shot of the street, like at peak time. That's pretty cool. I can't like see myself in it or anything, but I know where I was in the shot. Got to spend your birthday prepping for your interview tomorrow. Well, dude, good luck to you. In some senses, that's a really terrible birthday present, but in some senses, in others, it's a really, really good birthday present. I actually got into med school on my mom's birthday, and she was overjoyed by that. Which is your interview tomorrow? Where are you going? Is that South Carolina? Oh no, South Carolina's the one that's in like March or something, right? Insanely nervous and slightly excited. Well, get used to that feeling, brother. That pretty much describes everything in medical education. You know, your first like patient encounter, figuring out, you know, how to do all that stuff, like do cool things, surgery, all of that. That never goes away. Like I guess with experience it gets. Oh, South Carolina, Greenville. Okay, sweet, man. That's badass. So in-state school, then. That's good. That's good. Very good. Well, I'm excited for you, dude. Let me know how it goes. Yeah, don't forget to watch my interview video like 8 times before that. Just kidding. Don't do that. I can't say the things like that to... to people who are on edge. Do not do that. Can I feed you answers during it? I can, but I think I would probably fuck with you and feed you bad answers for my own amusement, so I'm not sure you want that. Or maybe you do, I don't know. Can I talk about what happens when there's a complication and I have to come into the room? So that entirely depends on what kind of complication there is. I would say most of the things that I get called for are like airway stuff. So like somebody has either a bronchospasm, which is kind of like a real bad asthma attack, or a laryngospasm, which is where their vocal cords kind of like slam shut and they like, you can't open them. Usually that happens during induction, which is going to sleep, or during emergence, which is waking up. Those are definitely generally speaking, the most difficult and dangerous times during anesthesia. So most of the things I get called for are those, like to come in and manage that. Like somebody desats, like their oxygen saturation drops. And so you kind of have to know very quickly, like, what to do. Another relatively... So when I say things are common, I mean, like, as compared with other emergencies. So, like, aspiration is not super common, but it does happen. And it's probably one of the more common things that we deal with. Maybe next most common after after laryngospasm and bronchospasm. So, you know, so for, well, why don't we just walk through it? So, so you come in, you see somebody's desatting. So there's lots of things that have to go through your mind. Oh my God. So, like, all at once, you're kind of thinking about, like, why is this happening? You know, is this correct? Is this an equipment error? You know, is, like, you want to see if your pulse ox is working, if there's, like, a leak in your circuit, and the circuit is, like, the breathing apparatus and stuff that hooks up to your anesthesia machine. Like, is your breathing tube malfunctioning or malplaced? Because, like, sometimes you can put it too deep and it's, like, only ventilating their right lung, or sometimes that can get, like, it can get forced deeper than you put it. So you have to, like, think about all of these things all at once. And, you know, one phrase that you guys will learn to absolutely freaking hate is common things are common. It's one of those, like, stupid truisms that people say, especially in medicine. But, you know, like I said, so the things that you think about immediately are bronchospasm and laryngospasm. And generally, after you have enough experience, those are easy to see. So laryngospasm, essentially, you just, like, hold pressure on their, like, mask and, like, try to force their vocal cords open. And if that doesn't work, you sedate them. And if that doesn't work, you paralyze them again. And you just breathe for it. I mean, that's... You know, there's other steps to evaluation and treatment, but that's basically what you do. Bronchospasm you treat like an asthma attack or like an allergic reaction. So you give them, so you sedate them for one, because usually overstimulation is what's causing it. You give them epinephrine, because usually that actually prevents mast cells, which is like what carries your histamine and, like, kind of like triggers, you know, allergic reactions, more or less. So it prevents those from making the reaction worse. And also, like, kind of vasoconstrict, so it prevents your lungs from swelling, or helps reduce the swelling. And then you give them, like, anti-inflammatories, like you give them steroids, Benadryl, stuff like that, antihistamines. But there are other emergencies, which are, like, you know, the surgery's going wrong. Like, you know, maybe it's a heart surgery where the patient's doing really bad and, like, they can't get the heart rhythm back, or their pressure's crashing, or somebody, like, hit an artery and the patient's bleeding out, or something like that. And those are the ones where you really have to go in and take charge, because you have to, like, essentially organize the entire operating room. Like, with the bronchospasm and stuff, everybody just sort of steps back, and, like, there's pretty prescribed ways that you deal with it, as, you know, as I just mentioned. But, you know, if somebody's, like, actively tanking, then, you know, you definitely have to take the reins a lot more aggressively. Which, generally speaking, most people are pretty sensitive to in the operating room, and they'll, you know, if you start, like, barking orders and stuff, they respect that. What are my thoughts on the COVID situation? Are you referring to pediatric vaccines, or what specifically? I think it's getting better all the time. Peds vaccines are huge. That's another, like, I think it's like 28 million kids or something. That'll go a really long way towards, I mean, I don't know what proportion of those are actually getting vaccinated, but that'll go a really long way towards, you know, herd immunity. Fortunately, I guess that's sort of a bad word, but, you know, whether we do anything about COVID or not, it's going to resolve itself eventually, right? I mean, to the point where it's not such a huge deal for people who get it. CDC was shifting their goal away from herd immunity because they've conceded it's not going to happen. Yeah, I mean, it may not. It may not realistically, but what we really want is basically for people to just not die from it, right? And that will probably happen pretty soon, actually. Because even way back, you may recall, way back when we talked about Z-Dog's video, I mean, that was probably, what, like 2 months ago now or something? But anyway, you know, he was contending that there's a substantial portion of the population who, you know, even though they're not vaccinated, they have had COVID. And that the proportion of the unvaccinated people who have had COVID and have some sort of, like, natural protection is increasing and will continue to increase. So I can only guess how many people, you know, that is. between, like, what's a better way to say that? So I don't know how many, like, what the total amount of people who have been vaccinated and have had COVID is, who are not vaccinated, right? I don't know what that number is, but probably, you know, in the 200 million range, maybe more. So I think there's, yeah, I mean, actually, it's probably a lot more than that. It's probably more like 250. But that's hard to calculate, you know, because people who are vaccinated still get COVID and stuff. But yeah, I mean, what we're kind of after here is just making it not a killer. Because yeah, I think herd immunity is probably not super realistic. But I am hopeful that many kids will be vaccinated, and that will, one, help reduce spread, and two, you know, prevent any kids from getting fucked up from it. Am I sick? I was just in a, yeah, I actually meant to mention that. So I will be stuffier than usual because I was just in a house that has 2 cats for like 3 hours, and I'm pretty allergic to cats. So my eye kind of itches and my nose is stopped up, so yeah. I can see why you would think that. I'm an allergic mess. My kid is freaking doomed. He, like, my wife has asthma and also has, actually, like, her allergies to cats. She's kind of a cat lady, but her allergy to cats is, like, worse than mine. Like, I would say substantially worse than mine. And she is definitely really allergic to dogs. But yeah, my kid had really bad food allergies. He was allergic to dairy, which is a really freaking terrible thing to be allergic to, because most people think that means he's lactose intolerant, which he is not. He was like anaphylactically allergic to casein, specifically, which is like a protein in milk. But like, you know, so many people are like, oh yeah, I just can't eat dairy, it gives me gas too. I'm like, no, damn it, dude. Like, he's not lactose intolerant. And it's like so hard for people to understand that. All right, yeah, rip wife, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, she's dude, whenever we go to somebody's house with a dog, she is a mess. Like, if they've got a dog that sheds, she pays for it for like at least a day. Yeah, allergies are terrible. Not a fan. I had food allergies growing up, but I think I just like brute forced my way out of them, quite frankly. Like, I was allergic to beans and fish. And I think I was just like, you know, there were enough occasions where I was like, fuck it, I like beans. I'm gonna eat beans. And just did it. And same with fish. That eventually my body was like, fine, we won't be allergic to this anymore. Are your patients dying on that hill? Where, yes. Yeah, on the anti-vax hill, yes, they still are. I think we've had 3 vaccinated patients die of COVID total. And all of them were over 80 with multiple risk factors. So, yeah, I mean, make of that what you will. But yeah, most of the people, or like basically all of the people, are not vaccinated. CHF, stage 4 kidney disease, 20% EF. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, that'll, like, you're sort of, like, living on the edge with that anyway, right? Like, somebody with those comorbidities, probably their life expectancy is, you know, 2 years at most, maybe. Even without COVID around. Yeah, like... You were in sad, sorry shape with an EF of 20. So for those of you who don't know what an EF is, that's your ejection fraction. A normal ejection fraction is like 60%. So that's how the volume, what percentage the volume of blood that your heart squeezes out each time it beats. So why isn't your ejection fraction 100, you might ask? Because if it was, then your heart couldn't compensate for anything by squeezing harder, right? Because if it already squishes out everything that's in there, beating harder, like, you can't squish out more than 100%, right? So that's a physiologic thing to help you increase your stroke volume, or cardiac output, by increasing stroke volume. Cardiology night. We can talk about cardiology all day long, brother. That's my job. That's what I do. Hearts and lungs. Do I see preventative medicine getting better? Do I? I'm gonna go with yes. I think it's being pushed more, and I think now that medicine is like more accessible via things like telehealth, that's a lot more. And well, telehealth and like concierge medicine. I forgot. It's like, what the hell do they call it? We were talking about this not too long ago in Discord. Actually, it's like the direct-to-consumer, you know, medicine thing where you like have a subscription to some doctor, and you know that covers a certain amount of your fees or whatever. That's becoming more common, so people don't have to wait as much and will be more motivated to go to the doctor. So yes, I think that will help. Like, accessibility is always the issue, right? Like, if you make an appointment with your doctor and you have to wait 3 months to get in, like, you know, fuck that. That sucks. That's very demotivating. But if you can call your doctor, like, literally call them and ask them a question without issue, then you're going to be way more likely to do that. Stop, they're already dead. Yeah, I'm melting them, except for when I get, like, laser beam of death, like I did in that, like, boss fight arena thing just a minute ago. Shit, dude, I'm like... So I lose 2 of these bars each time I die. I thought I was about to level up, but... Like, the whole point of me doing this is so I can go fight this, like, big fuck-off, kick-ass boss who's gonna murder me. Like, I was thinking I was gonna die a bunch in that fight, so I wanted to level up, but that's not really working out very well. Yeah, both my wife and I are actually really good cooks. I do not cook as much as I used to. I used to be the one who, like, exclusively cooked in our house. And somewhere along the line, that flipped, and she does the vast majority of the cooking now. But I really enjoy it, and I like to think I'm pretty good at it, too. Anymore, I'm mostly, like, the meat guy. I'll, like, barbecue stuff, or, like, if we want to have a nice, like, steak dinner or something, I'll make our steaks. It's really hard to convince myself to, like, go have a steak, like, out somewhere. Unfortunately, that's one bad part of being a good cook, is it's like sometimes a little hard to, like, you know, go somewhere to eat. It's like I feel like I can make an $80 steak myself for 20, no problem. Changing your username to, like, Matt Dazzlam, does that sound funny? You gotta chuckle out of me, man. I think it's funny. I don't know if anybody else will understand what the hell that means, but I do, and I like it. So for anyone who does not get that joke, by the way, so you're not reminding me when I talk about medical things and don't explain them. Shame on you, chat. Midazolam, or Versed, is the drug that, like, basically everybody in, like, surgery gets to, like, make you relax and forget. It's a very handy amnestic that, like, it works in, like, a minute. It's pretty awesome. Head transplant sounds fun. Yeah, I mean, maybe if you're the one getting it. Sounds a lot less fun for the donor. Then again, I guess any organ donor is pretty well fried, right? Now that's a weird surgery to be a part of, especially from an anesthesia point of view. Like, there's a point in that surgery where you, like, literally turn off your machine and walk out of the room while the surgeons are still working, and that is the strangest freaking thing. Is, like, all your training, it's drilled into your head that, you know, you are legally required to be in the room all the time, which is true, for every other case. Like, there has to be an anesthesia provider physically in the room at all times. But not then. Not when they tell you can go. And all of the people who do, like, the transplant networks are super, like specialized, very clued in to what they need to do, and they have no problems bossing you around, which is fine, because I have no idea what I'm doing in those situations. And they know it. Like, but that's, like, you just do what they tell you and move along. Would I donate to body to medicine after seeing what happens to cadavers? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, the whole point of that is to get chopped apart, right? I mean, the alternative is what, like, get put in the ground and rot or get incinerated? I mean, I'd rather somebody at least get, like, some use out of me. Yeah, so right now I'm trying to gain a level before I go fight Sirus, but then I had, like, I had a Maven, Maven challenge thing where I died 3 times, I think, and just lost a shitload of experience. Bummer. Oh, I'm so close to a level again. Maybe I can do this before I go to sleep tonight. Anybody making bets? What are the odds? Basically, if I die again, I can't do that. Dude, I don't know how people play this game hardcore. There's so much weird shit that can happen. And I mean, plus, you know, I just have 0 skill, so that pretty much rules that shit out for me. No way. How the Sirus fight? Well, you know what? You might get to see it here very shortly. I mean, sort of shortly, assuming I don't die. But we'll see. I really am, like... I haven't fought Sirus that many times, ever. So, I'm not a very experienced guy in that arena. So, I kind of know the fight. But I plan on getting die-beamed pretty hard. At least once or twice. Just farming maps. What are you farming for? Just straight up currency. Oh, you know what? I keep forgetting this. Damn it. So this is the League mechanic, Bon, if you haven't seen this. Basically, you just, like, flip into, you know, some weird death reality thing and run around and kill shit, and then it teleports you back to where you started, and if you want to, you can go pick up those items. It's kind of a... You know, it's honestly a pretty half-assed League mechanic, but that's okay in my mind, given how much they changed in the game. For breaches, huh? Nice. Interesting. How is that going, by the way? Like, I've always sort of just, like, ignored breaches as useless. But, dude, if I would be happy to be proven wrong. Because I actually clear breaches pretty well with Ignite Prolif. Yeah, I thought just kind of like, almost as like a meme going for breaches on my, like, Atlas Maven bonus stuff. But the loot's so buffed, really? Interesting. Okay, so I guess I probably should have paid more attention to the buffs that it gives you. I didn't realize it, like, makes the breach last longer, though I guess that makes sense. How do you feel about the new Atlas, man? Like the 4 regions? I personally like it a lot, but I'm kind of a filthy casual, so getting all of the watchstones for 8 leagues was a bit of a challenge. I mean, for 8 regions was a bit of a challenge. So this, to me, like, opens up the end game pretty substantially, which is nice. Not ready for Sirus to be 8 Sirus. Yeah, that's gonna be my experience too. I don't know. Maybe I should take some watchstones out and, like, do baby Sirus to start with. Not used to worrying about 8 Sirus. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's gonna be a bit of a bitch. My gear's not really optimized. I mean, it's pretty good, but my damage isn't fantastic. So maybe I'll fight a baby Sirus just to kind of, like, learn the fight a little better. What the shit? No, there you are. Suggest taking watchstones out. Yeah, I probably will. I think that's a smart thing to do, and not get myself massacred. Because I think my DPS is like 1.5 million or something against bosses, assuming that they've got exposure on them. I think what I want to do next actually is a champion and take advantage of the, like, armor and evasion changes, like do dual you know, defenses. And then also do, like, one of the steel skills that just, like, hits everything so many times and use life gain on hit. And also do petrified blood on it, so, like, the effectiveness of that is essentially doubled. I've been kind of, like, kicking around a build for that for a while, so I think my damage might be shit, but it sounds like a good idea in theory. Made a lot of money selling auto flasks? Oh, that's a good idea. Well, as you can see, I've paid very little attention to my flasks. I probably should do that. Especially before I fight Sirus. What the fuck? What am I doing? I've kept a bunch of them. Do I want a basalt flask? Taunts nearby enemies? Probably not. But, I mean, you know, something's better than nothing, right? Maybe I'll at least... I mean, I don't need 2 mana flasks. Like, what the hell do I need 2 mana flasks? 2 white mana flasks at that. I've paid a lot of attention to this. You have silver, basalt, jade, and granite made? I might take you up on that. So let's... All of those are still the same, right? Silver's still onslaught. Yeah, I actually forgot that, like, the flask item level is a big deal now. Because it used to be, what, like, the highest, like, flask mod was, like, level 40 or something. Like, you surpassed it easily by the time you got to the end of the story. Do I see a lot of Teslas among my doctor friends? Yes, I do, actually. An increasing amount, oddly enough. Like, our hospital has multiple... like, you know, charging stations and stuff. But oddly, the guys that drive them live really close. And I don't know if they have the charging stations in their homes. I assume they do? I don't know how you get by without that. Like, can you realistically drive a Tesla and not have a charging station in your house? Do I plan on getting one? Fuck no. No way. No, I want a car to get from point A to point B, man. I have a hybrid. I have like a Honda Accord. That's probably the nicest car I'll ever buy, to be honest. Oh, that sucks. He died too. Oh no. Gives Flask more depth. Yeah, it does. It does for sure. I support the change, no doubt. Actually, do I need Onslaught? Not sure Onslaught's going to do me much good, really. Give me more movement speed, though. I need more movement speed real bad. I think I have, like, 25 or something on my boots, and that's it. Oh, no. You don't have to give them to me for free, dude. I appreciate that, but... I will pay you fair market value for whatever you got. Drops additional currency items. Oh, boy. Let's see if I can rack up another death on a metamorph here. Oh shit, that does not look good. Came out froggy. Oh, but did not have much durability. I'm okay with that. I love damage over time builds, man. Just like show up and pop somebody once and then you're good to go. 30C, you say? Oh, dude. Of course you have the, like, big titty anime hideout. I love it. Well, here I am. Dear God, man. Let's see. Ooh, that Quicksilver is sexy. Attack damage. I thought it said all damage. I was like, whoa. Take my pick. You know, I think I'll take the Granite Flask. This one right here. The 51 block and stun recovery. Because I block a shitload, and I don't have any recovery. I know that sounds stupid. But... sweet. Thanks, brother. Appreciate that. Very nice. Yeah, that'll be super helpful. Alright, well, it's a shame to be leaving your hideout. But leave it I must. That was fantastic. Chat, I hope you enjoyed that. I certainly did. I need alone time anyways. Well, whatever for. Whatever for. Cars are fun and that'll be your downfall. Well, you know, at least you'll have fun doing it. Back in college, or well, I guess it was right after college, one of my friends got a job as a software developer for a, like, credit union in North Carolina. My friend and I were driving, and he had just gotten a Nissan 350Z, and I was like, hey, dude, we're on, I think we were on 95, I-95. Either that or 40, I can't remember. Anyway, we were cruising. I was like, dude, what's the fastest you've ever been in this? Because he'd only had this car for, you know, like he got this lucrative job and, you know, bought a car because he had this old like shitty pickup truck. And so I was like, what's the fastest you've ever been? And he just floors it while we're on the highway. And we got up to like 130 something. And he goes, that was 135. That's the fastest I've ever been. I was just like, Jesus, that was scary as shit. And we were just like weaving in and out of traffic. And it was a little rough. It was a lot of fun because we did not die or kill anybody. But I was very scared. I can't imagine what going 300 miles an hour is like in a car. Like these days I can't do shit like that anymore because I've got a family and a really good job. And I'm not invincible anymore. Yeah, I certainly, I did a bunch of things that, you know, were not smart. I want to say I was like probably one of the less daring of my friends too. And looking back on my, you know, like youth, I was like, Jesus Christ, I should have been freaking dead. Or like badly injured. Like, so North Carolina got a snowstorm one time. I don't know why this comes to mind because this wasn't like particularly dangerous, but still stupid. Anyway, we got this big snowstorm and it like hardly ever snows in any like meaningful capacity in North Carolina. And when it does, it's like the end of the freaking world. And it iced a whole bunch too, so it was like really good sledding weather. And right outside the dorm that I lived in, there was this huge hill that actually led down to the Dean Dome, which is the like arena where the UNC basketball team plays. And so nobody has sleds because it doesn't ever snow, and when it does, it's like gross, wet, sticky, you know, useless snow that melts instantly. There was a park nearby. Somebody had the bright idea to bring over the picnic tables and use those as sleds. So of course everybody's wasted, like getting on these picnic tables, and there's like you know, like teens of people on these tables, like sliding down this giant hill. I mean, we're talking like a quarter-mile hill, you know, like it's a big hill, and like the only way that the table would stop is it would like, you know, the road's crowned, right? So it would like eventually like slide off to one side and run into a curb, and all the people on top of the table would just go like flying off. And I woke up like really battered and bruised from that, but totally uninjured. Like I cannot believe I didn't frickin' break my skull open doing that. Or get like run over. Oh yeah, I did it. Thank you, frickin' God. Wow, I get a lot of experience. Oh my, what the flying fuck is going on here? Oh, Jesus. I have no idea how I lived through whatever that was. Nathan's invitation. Okay. When you getting the house tour? As soon as I figure out how to do that. Why are those creatures attacking? I don't even know what those creatures were. Alright, one passive skill point. Where is that going to go? Do I want a jewel slot or do I want that frenzy charge? I think I probably want that frenzy charge. Okay. One more level. But not right now, because I'm going to do what I sought to do at the very beginning of the night, but I kept freaking dying. I'm gonna go get my booty plundered by Sirus. So first, I'm going to do this and make this not Awakener 8. I'll do A4. Sure. This is intro Sirus. He probably will still rock my world, but that's okay. Why am I holding a baked good in my profile pic? Because it's weird, and I like that picture. It's a pecan pie. It's just not just any baked good. That is a delicious confection. Boop. All right, come on down, dude. Alright, so like I said, I kind of know this fight, but not super well. Why am I taking a picture with it? Because I was probably very proud of that pecan pie. It was good. It's really good. Man, if this is my current damage rate, I'm really glad I didn't do Awakener 8. I just really like pie, okay? Don't judge me. When he tells you to die, you do it. So I don't want to be hit by that. Okay. That's 2 phases down. So you have to, like, walk under him to, like, trigger the next stage. He sounds like Galadriel and she's angry. Yeah, kinda. Ooh, that was real close. Ow. Aw. Well, that's 1. I've got 6 portals left. Hopefully, I can make this happen. Hey, get in there. There we go. Ooh, Awakened Hex Touch. Oh, wait, but Awakened Hex Touch sucks now, huh? Forgot about that. Nice work, man. Awakened Hex Touch used to be like 13x or something, didn't it? And now it's like, they took away the, like, ability to use 2 curses, and now it's kind of blows. Congrats, man. I just ate my first death, so... Oh, whoop, 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 whoop. Actually not sure what killed me. It wasn't a die beam. Oh, that's a die beam. Oh, God. Yeah, I mean, he's like, you totally fucked the city up. Like, he's already done, dude. Just, like, go away. Didn't see the real one. Shit. Whew. Alright. Ah! Oh, God. Oh, I'm so slow. I'm so slow. Oh, my God, get out. Oh, shit. Oh. Damn it. I didn't see where the real one was again. Ah! God. Heart rate. Quite fast right at the moment. Dude, I keep missing him. Oh, and I dodged directly into the die beam and somehow don't die. Died on that one. You still don't understand what's going on. Yeah, well, me neither. Alright. One more. This is just Awakener 4, by the way. This is like baby intro Sirus. But good enough for me. I have faith. Oh, God. You shouldn't, because I just walked directly into that. Ah. Oh, where? Oh, Jesus. Good to see you, man. Oh, so I forgot one thing. He actually, like, gets rid of any, like, degens on him, right? When he does... Oh, yeah. Let's see. Wow, that's not good. Oh, do you guys want to see me fuck up a pair of potentially really expensive gloves? That's going to be a good way to end the night. Let's do that. If one of your friends came out to me as queer, how would I respond? So that actually happened to me not long ago. One of my friends that I hung out with in high school was, like, I'd known him for... Can I roleplay? Can he roleplay? But he, like, so he never actually, like, proper came out to me, but he, like, came out in general. And so my response was, first, 1, why didn't you tell me earlier? And 2, like, I really hope that I never said anything, like, offhand that, like, offended you. You know, and, like, made him feel uncomfortable with telling me that. So, like, I just felt bad, honestly. Like, I hoped that I didn't, like, fuck that situation up. Alright, guys. Let's crangle these gloves, and then I'm off. AoE gems. Oh, this is actually looking pretty good, huh? Which is... Oh, shit, I'm stopping there. Oh. Okay, done. Well, I wanted to go balls to the wall, but I'm poor as shit, so I need those. I need that currency. Socket AoE, socket of gems. What was it? 2.5x? Okay, sweet. 3x it is. Cool. Well, thank you everybody for joining me tonight. Otter Amor, fantastic name, by the way. Good to see you. Ah, man, it's good to be back. It's good to be back, guys. Thank you for hanging with me. I really appreciate it. It's been a good time. Nice way to end my weekend. So that was a extremely rough Sirus kill, but it still counts. And I will take the 3x gloves. Yeah, you have a good night too, man. So my regular times are Sunday and Wednesday, 8 to 10 p.m. Central. I won't be on this Wednesday because I'm working 24 hours, because fuck me. But you guys take it easy. Again, have a great evening. I appreciate you. Yeah, you're welcome for the stream, man. Always welcome. Good to see all of you. Good to be back. Have a wonderful night. Like I said, thank you for watching. I will see you hopefully sometime this week, but if not, next Sunday. Take it easy, folks.